Good morning. Let's try that again. And happy Tea Time Tuesday. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Come on in. Let me see who's joining me. All right. Good morning, Dr. Roxanne. Great to see you. And good morning. Good morning, Sheila. Yes, yes, happy Kwanzaa. Oh, I know your family, they're doing their thing. So glad to see you here with your peppermint tea. Good morning, Markel. Welcome. And I'll add happy Boxing Day for the Caribbean folks and British folks who acknowledge Boxing Day today. Good morning. Let me get my sip on. And let me know what you have, Dr. Roxanne. You have your water today. Happy holidays to all. So great to have you join me. Great to be with you today after Christmas, celebrating Christmas, Kwanzaa, and all the holidays. Just grateful to have you all. I hope everyone had just or continuing to enjoy the holidays, the time with family, and all that we get to do and during this holiday season, really just being festive. I've had a great time, continue to have a great time. I am tired, but I am happy. I am joyful. Good morning, Beverly. So great to see you. Morning, Stacy, Kyla. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, Mark and all the men and the women. I love seeing you guys this morning. Let me know what you're drinking. Stacy, I see you have your green tea. Yes, ma'am. I'm going to get some more of that later. I had my matcha this morning, drinking some black tea right now. So good morning. Celebrating Mark, you're celebrating Boxing Day in Canada. Yes, he is in Canada. So wonderful. So let's get started. Here we are. And let me welcome everyone, not just my legacy builders who are in our community. I want to welcome everyone throughout social media. Thank you for joining us. And for those who are catching the replay, thank you for joining. And please let me know. Just put hashtag replay so I know you joined in later and I can acknowledge you in the comments. So for those of you who are joining from other platforms, my name is Marcella Mullen Williams. I am a behavioral financial advisor and the co-founder of Legacy Builder Group. And as a behavioral financial advisor, I use a combination of traditional finance, psychology, and neuroscience to help you gain more understanding and control of your relationship with money. And that's why we get together, our wonderful community, every Tuesday at 9 a.m. right here in this Facebook community, the Legacy Builder Group for First Generation Millionaires, to elevate our money mindset, our money behavior in order to establish a strong foundation to build a multi-generational legacy and multi-generational wealth. And in addition to that, for the month of December, we have been discussing the 4 R's and how to use these cognitive techniques to actually shift our money mindset and prevent emotional hijacking of our brain. Yes, that is a thing. And if you caught us, if you've been watching the entire series, you knew in lesson 1, the first R, we talked about the amygdala hijack and what that does to our brain. If you missed that, I truly encourage you to go back and watch each episode so you understand what each R is in the 4R process as we jump into the final one. Good morning, Francesca. Great to see you. Good morning, Velma. So glad you could be here. So if you know what we discussed last week, the third R, go ahead and type it in the chat and let me know what last week's R was and what we covered. And good morning to my mother who's joined. And yes, good morning, everyone. So glad to see you. So what is that last R? There we go. I see it in the chats. We reframe. Go ahead, type it in. Keep typing because all of that is so important for us to remember as we typing, writing, all of this helps in our cognitive process and our ability to learn and retain information. So that's why I always have you all type in the chat. So that's why we talked about reframe last week. So we went through the process through recognition, reflection, and reframing. Each of you have gained insights that can make a significant impact in how you show up for 2024. And that's what this was all about. So we're going to show up stronger, show up more powerful in 2024 when it comes to our money mindset. So let me pause to say congratulations on that. If you've been consistently following this series, you have the insight, you have the techniques at your disposal to truly show up in a significant way into 2024. So congratulations. Pat yourself on the back, celebrate yourself because you've been doing a wonderful job in engaging. And like I said, just showing up is so huge, but you're doing more than just showing up. You are consistently just contributing to your own growth. And I do not take that lightly. So I applaud you. And then we're going to continue because this is the final week of 2023. We've reached the last step of our month-long series of this 4R process. We are at the final R. And if you have your handy dandy journal in front of you, you know what that final R is. And that is what we're covering today. Respond. Say it with me. Respond. Yes, I love the celebrating going on in the chat. When I say celebrate yourself, I'm not just saying that. I actually really want to see you celebrate yourself. It's just I can't like see you. Let me see you celebrate yourself in the chat. There's some horns, give yourself some love. Come on now, you deserve this. All right. Just making sure I'm gonna be Coach Marcella today. Celebrate yourself. Okay. So we're talking about respond. And when I say respond, I want you to think of it in this way. The key words to respond are efficient action. That's what we're going to be really touching on really lightly because, I can't be here too long and there's a lot that can be said about this, but we're just touching on it. I'm just going to give you some key steps of responding. So the key here is efficient action. And as we go through that, and I continue, I just love all the celebrating going on in the chat right now. This is what I'm talking about. This is the energy I want to see. This is us going into 2024 with this amount of positivity, this kind of energy. Okay. I don't care doesn't matter what happened. I do care, but it does not matter what happened in 2023. It's the energy we're taking into 2024. And with that said, efficient action, it's not the big things we do that make us successful. It's not the big things, but the success is a accumulation of all the little things we do efficiently. That's where success is. It's all the little things that we do efficiently. Y'all know we're biting that elephant, all those little bites. It's how efficiently we're doing that. I'm going to bring it back up again. I'm going to always bring that up. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. We've been talking about how to bite that financial elephant in this group. So with that said, I want you to keep in mind that the valuable skills that you've learned in this 4R process can drastically change the way you make financial decisions. And by responding with efficient action, you increase your ability to see the results that you desire. I mean, that's what we're here about. We want to see the financial results that we desire. We want to gain more control and understanding on our part. It's not about the economy. It's not about the markets. Yes, all of those play an impact, but too often we ignore our role in achieving the financial desires that we truly desire. So today, in talking about the R, that's we're going to kind of tap into that some more, but that's what we've been doing. there will be many times, even before we get to that response, and this is a really important point. So I want you to really think about this, listen to what I'm about to say. There will be many times when the most efficient action you can take is repeating the first three steps before responding to a financial challenge. It is repeating the first three steps. So it's when it's time, you've gone through the recognize, you recognize where you are, reflect on, okay, how you feel, what's going on around you, your situation. You reframe your mindset to think of, okay, how can I view this better? How can I look at this in a different way? And then you determine at that point if it's time to respond or if you need another go round. If you need to come back to step one to recognize the situation now that you've reframed and looked at it from a different perspective, you may have a different perspective, which needs you to take the step to recognize that perspective, reflect on it, and see if there's any additional reframing that needs to be done. Okay. So this is not just like an exact science. Oh, recognize, reflect, reframe, go. It's that's why I said those first three steps are key. Those where those skills are really there for you to shift and rewire your brain. And then once you do that, you can then determine, okay, when it's time to move forward, when it's time for you to actually respond with efficient action, then we can do that. And in your journal, let's talk about how we can move forward with efficient action in some of the steps, in some of the ways as we navigate all that we're headed towards in 2024, all of the financial challenges. And when I say challenges, I don't mean just negative challenges. When I use challenges, I mean the next level, because there's always going to be a financial challenge. Some are good challenges, some are not so good challenges, but all of them require these cognitive skills in order for you to achieve your best desired result. Okay, so let's go through these um, very as quickly as possible, but touching on each one. Let me see. Francesca, responding in efficient action, I gain more control on the results I want to see in my financial desires. See, I love it. Y'all are hearing me. I love it. Amen to that. Good morning. Oh, good morning, Bear. Great to see you here, Bear. All right, so let's look at the first one together. We're based on the insights gained through recognition, reflection, and reframing. Develop a clear financial plan with specific actions and timelines. And what I want to address with this step, because we can just dive into, oh, let me just set some goals and some clear plans. I actually want you to look at the strategy, and I want you to look at this from the perspective of creating a smart strategy. Okay. And SMART is an acronym, excuse me, and it stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. That's what SMART stands for. And I'll touch on each of these as quickly as I can. Okay. Good morning, Taraya, and good morning, Kiana. All right. So SMART. So I said, so specific, you want to set specific action, a specific strategy. So when you're creating a plan and this financial plan, specific actions and timelines, you want to make sure they're specific. Simple, sensible, they're significant, they make sense. You want to make sure they're measurable so you can quantify it. It's meaningful. So I like to think of it as meaningful and motivational. So here I am with the letters. I'm going to stick with the S and the M. That's just, I'm going to do my thing here. But so specific is simple, sensible, significant, measurable, think meaningful and motivating. Achievable, it's agreed, it's attainable. So it's achievable. Sometimes we set things and they don't feel achievable. I want you to think about, is it attainable? R is for relevant, meaning that it's realistic, responsible, resourced, and result based. So it's relevant is a result based. And then T is for time bound. We're looking at time based, time limited, time cost. So the time cost factor. Um, Overall, is it timely? So again, I know I said this fast for the sake of time, but just think specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. I always want to say relatable, but relevant and time bound. Okay. So you can always catch the replay. I know I went fine, but go ahead and catch the replay if you want to get each of those. So set smart strategies. And as you're setting smart strategies and taking each factor in, I want you to plan to develop the new habits that it's going to take to create the smart strategy and to implement the smart strategy. So make note of this. Plan to develop the habits to attain your smart strategy. All right. So just keep that in mind. I'll touch more on that as we keep going. Let's go on to the next one for the sake of time. Like I said, I'll revisit some of these. Based on your goals and reflections, develop a plan that outlines the actions you will take to improve your financial situation. So now we'll go into it a little more. And thank you. Francesca typed in SMART, what that stands for. So if you missed it, it's right there in the comments. So again, we're talking about really looking at the elephant bites again here. Developing a plan that outlines the actions you will take to improve your financial situation. So I just ended the last step with developing new habits, actually planning for the new habits. So it's about getting really clear on what it's going to take to achieve the plans and the goals that you've developed. Even I want you to go back and look at the steps, the things that you wrote down the last 3 weeks. What's it going to take? What's the efficient action? So, for example, one of the things that is challenging, especially for first generation high income earners, is tracking your money. I think I've seen this time and time again that it could be just the cash flow is just going, money's just coming and going, and it's a challenge to actually track it. So, one of the things you can get clear on is how to track my money in 2024. How am I starting off? What is that going to look like? What am I going to use? So, we talked about in previous episodes software like Mint, QuickBooks, programs that you can actually use to track your funds. Now, it's about how do you develop the habits to actually stick to that? What is the behavior that's going to take for you to actually be consistent in monitoring your cash flow? So that's the part that we sometimes skip. We're like, okay, I need to do this. We know we need to do this, but now we're not developing the habit and we're not putting any emphasis on the habit, the skill that we need to develop in order to stick to what we want. One of the things that you need to do as far as creating a plan is, it can be prioritizing accountability. We underestimate that. And, I'm going to touch on that again later as we get to another point, but prioritizing accountability, that could be in a form of, your financial coach, having someone there to keep you accountable with your financial habits. Again, whether it's advisors, a CPA, but really having that financial accountability is no different than a fitness trainer. And y'all know I love to use health analogies when it comes to our financial behavior because it's the same. You're going to realize that when it comes to the behavior that we need to develop to achieve our desires, whether it's a health desire or a wealth desire, it's going to require the same level of discipline. So when you have a fitness trainer, there is a difference. There is a difference between working with one and not, and it shows up in the results. So making sure that you are placing yourself in a position of accountability so that you achieve the desired results is a part of creating that financial growth plan. All right. And then the basic things like, do you have key financial documents in order? Life insurance, will and trust, etc. What are you doing to make sure that you have the key elements in order? And what are the habits that you need to do to develop that, to develop the behavior that will accomplish your desires? All right. The next step on your form, we're going to skip that because we actually covered that in Reframe. So we're going to skip that and move to the next one, which says start implementing your plan and make conscious choices aligned with your financial goals and positive money mindset. And last week, we talked about those positive money mindset and positive money affirmations that I had y'all put in the chat and continue to share. So now it's about implementing the plan to be able to really align with your financial goals and positive money mindset. And that's reemphasizing efficient action. Start biting. All right. Start the bites. What is the bite? Make the call, send the email, send the message, make the commitment. That's where it starts. Not overthinking it, not overanalyzing it, analysis paralysis. Do the thing and do the thing that aligns with your values, your purpose, with what you've set in place, the smart strategy. That's what makes it efficient. So, conscious choice plus the definitive decisions, and we had that conversation about the difference between a choice and a decision. Conscious choice plus definitive decisions equals financial certainty. Financial certainty. That is not about having all the money you want and making sure everything's where it needs to be. Financial certainty develops when our behavior stays consistent, when we're clear on what's happening, when we see the big picture and we are taking action in the small steps. That's when we become more certain, even in the midst of uncertainty, economic uncertainty. We can still feel financially certain about what's happening with our money, where we want to go, when everything we're talking about so far is in alignment. All right. So, smart, efficient action. That's the combination of all of these things. We want to make smart, the acronym SMART, efficient action. Next step, cultivate an attitude of gratitude for your financial blessings and incorporate mindfulness practices to stay present and focused on your financial goals. Look, this is so important. And I know it's one of these things that your average financial advisor does not talk about, does not teach. But I believe so strongly in this. This is why, again, we talked about those positive money affirmations. And I will remind you, if you have not typed them in the group, share them, type them, put it on your post-it, stick it on your walls, have them around you. Be intentional about your attitude of gratitude for your financial blessings and incorporating the practices that will keep you focused on achieving your financial goals. One of the most powerful practices that I incorporated, I learned from a previous coach, is a gratitude journal. Having a journal that's specifically put aside for daily gratitude, creating the habit. I talked about the habits. I would actually track in my gratitude journal. I would write every expense I was grateful to be able to pay and every dollar that came in that I was grateful to receive. I didn't care if it was a penny. If I found a quarter, I wrote that in my gratitude journal. If I found a quarter on the road, on the side of the road, it went into my gratitude journal. Those are mindfulness practices that shifts your relationship with money. and it changes how money shows up in your life. But every dollar you spend and every dollar you receive, being conscious of that, you can probably tell that that will actually make you more aware of even your cash flow. So it's double purpose, just being more awareness about your money flow and developing the attitude of gratitude around it. Powerful, powerful practice, which we'll probably touch on a bit more in 2024. So stay locked in. All right. So now let's look at the final step. And I see everyone typing gratitude journal. I love it. Yes. Definitive decisions make financial certainty. Y'all have it. Thank you. And I love it because y'all know what to type in. I don't even have to tell you anymore. You know what to do and you know what to put in the comments. That's why I love this community. Y'all are awesome, all of you. So let's look at the last point here, the last prompt for respond, and that is regularly review your progress. Celebrate achievements and make adjustments to your plans as needed. So, in this step, when it comes to response, it is about creating. I'm going to add this here. Get back to habits. Create the habit of accountability checkups with your coach to review and make adjustments. All right. It is not just because I'm a coach. And again, I have a coach. I've had a personal trainer. I'm looking at getting another one again, fitness, um, a fitness trainer, because I understand how important it is to have someone there that you can check in on and they can check up on you. And that can help you when life changes and things change. And it's not this DIY mindset, do it yourself. I've had this DIY thing going on for so long. So I understand where you are. But as you grow and as you increase and build wealth and develop this legacy for you and your family, you have to shift and understand there's a point where you need a coach, you need accountability, and you need to be able to have a place where you can review, adjust, and celebrate with someone. You know, in this community, we're here. You have that some accountability. You have the celebration. That's why we were celebrating just now. All of it matters. So making sure that you are creating a habit of accountability checkups is huge. There is so much power in accountability. That's why I keep bringing it up over and over again. And I want you to be more mindful of that going into 2024. If you're in a place where it just wasn't customary for you, your family, again, first generation high income earners, this is one of the situations that you have to kind of evaluate is, wait a minute, yeah, we didn't have financial advisors, or we didn't work with people where we could have some financial accountability or financial coaching. Well, you have to ask yourself, has that benefited you in a way that you had hoped of not having someone, not having that form of coaching? How can I actually do better? How can I grow? How can I reach my goals with more coaching, with more accountability, with a multitude of counselors, okay? With wise counsel around me. That's an important point. So being able to, as I said here, regularly review your progress, celebrate achievements, celebrate every single win. Gratitude journal, that's also a form of celebrating. If it's a quarter, if it's a dime, we're going to celebrate it. And then making adjustments to your plan as needed. Always being mindful of when changes are needed. As I talk about the health analogy, I've kind of spent the last few days realizing that, wait a minute, I might have to make some adjustments. I used to like to work out in the morning. My life is changing. Mornings aren't working out for me. I now have to shift to an evening or a nighttime routine. And you know what? That's just where my life is right now. what changes, what adjustments need to be made in your life um, when it comes to your finances, and making sure that you're always monitoring that from time to time. Scheduling quarterly meetings with your coach, staying plugged into this community, listening to every Tuesday. How is it impacting you? How to move forward with that? All of these things. You plugging in, consistently showing up is action. Staying efficient with it is the next step. The specific strategies, the smart strategies. That's how you can be. That's how you can move to the next level. So, with all of that, I said a mouthful there. Yes, I love that, Fran. Thank you. You know what? I'm gonna pull up this one just because it's so good. Francesca, you said there's so much power and accountability. Creating the habit of accountability checks up is key. We'll definitely implement this and the gratitude journal more in 2024. Yes. Thank you. And Sheila, let's see, regularly review and make adjustments. Oh, no, I'm reading the wrong thing. There's so much power. Okay, here we go. There we go. Review and make adjustments as needed because life be life. I love it. Life be life. And oh, girl, tell me about it. All right. I got multiple devices here. Okay, there we go. There we go. Nancy, hello, hello. Yes, and let me share one more here because I just love how you all confirm the message. Prioritizing habits for tracking my money, financial certainty, smart, efficient action, attitude of gratitude, regular review progress, create habits of accountability, adjust plans as needed. Y'all got it. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, I love, 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 love it here. And you have it. Those are the 4 R's. You did it. You have it here. You have just what you need. You have the ability to recognize where you are and really look at your surroundings and all that came in. So go back and review the journal. You have the ability to reflect on where you are and the where all that comes from. You remember the background, the baggage, to reframe your perspective. You have now the ability to respond with efficient action. Respond accordingly, even if the response means to go back through the first 3 and then move forward with the steps that are needed. These are the 4 cognitive skills in order for you to make like I said, a significant impact in how you move forward. You have just what you need to rewire your brain for an abundant 2024. Again, I am so excited for you to be on this journey. And in addition to this, Mark and I are announcing, we are opening up today, begins registration for the Legacy Revealed Masterclass happening in January, starting January 7th through the 19th. We are bringing it back by popular demand. If any of you have ever joined our master classes in the past, you already know what we bring. Okay, we bring it all. We bring all we can. So I am so excited to be able to help you start 2024 on a powerful note as we bring you the Revealed Masterclass that will provide you with the tools, the techniques, and the strategies to move from financial uncertainty, that financial uncertainty, to a place where you do have more financial certainty, more financial power, more financial knowledge, so that you can move forward powerfully in building a multi-generational legacy. That's what we're here to do. So you can register right now at legacyrevealed.com. The link is in the Facebook group right now. now. So it is in our Facebook community. It should have posted. So go ahead and click on it, register right away so you can get the reminders as time approaches. And then if you, let's see, yes, Francesca, if you've joined us in the past master class, before we close, if you've joined us, I want you to let everyone else know what they're in for. Okay, because I know I have some of my people in here and y'all have been fed, okay, and continue to come back for them fillings, and I love it. So let me know. And while you're doing that, I'm going to see if I can type in the website. Let's see, legacyreveal.com, and boom. And if, okay, while you do it, let me see in the chat. Go ahead. Let me know. I want to know who joined me in the past. I'm going to ask Mark if you're there, because I may not. It's giving me a little trouble. But Mark, if you're there, if you can type in legacyreveal.com, I'd appreciate it. But in any case, that's what you have to look forward to in January. I'm excited to give you, for Mark and I to provide this complimentary class, 3-day masterclass for each of you. Join us. Do not miss it. I mean, we have a great time together. It's powerful information. Just like the powerful information that you received this month, we're just amping it up to the next level. Again, this is all about you just really elevating who you are and how you show up in 2024 with more abundance, more financial clarity and certainty, more financial freedom and power. So let's do this. Awesome. Yes, I have individuals signing up. Thank you, Gabrielle, for posting that. They're in for, yes. Still, I'm still processing. Okay. Yes, Markel, I see you. Yeah, such a unique, valuable. Thank you. I'm gonna pop that in there. Woo-hoo. All right, sign up now. There we go. Thank you. Gabrielle has posted the link in the chat. Great basket. Thank you, Sheila. Stay. I love it. For truly attack. Okay, truly attacking the root of the financial issues I dealt with. I so appreciate that, Markel. All right. And Gabrielle posted there. All right, guys, I will not hold you any longer. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank each of you as we end 2023. I want to thank you all for just joining me every Tuesday for tea time, for being so consistent, for being so intentional when it comes to your own financial growth. As a financial advisor, it is so important to see that individuals are empowered, that they are just as passionate about their own financial growth as I am for them. I cannot be more committed to your financial growth than you are. It doesn't work that way. You have to be more committed. And then I can add to that. I can help you with the accountability. Mark and I, that's what our job is to help add and attach ourselves to your commitment. So to all of those who have been so committed this year, who have joined us every week, who have been a part of our family legacy experience community, our Facebook group, like First Generation Millionaire Community. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you, and I am so incredibly excited to witness, to celebrate your growth in 2024, and to be along with you on this journey every step of the way. Have a wonderful holiday. Continue with the holidays, an absolutely amazing and safe new year. And I will see you next year for our next tea time. God bless every one of you. Sending you so much love. Bye.